Stop waiting, start adjusting. One of the biggest lies you ever tell yourself if you don't want to do something is, I'll wait for the perfect moment. I'll wait for the perfect moment, for time to be just right. Welcome to Sorry for the Inconvenience. I'm your host. This is my link to my bio, but it's not about the message. It's about the message. It's not about the messenger. It's about the message. Stop wasting time. All right? I'll wait for after Ramadan. Right? I'll wait for, things to calm down. I'll wait for prices to adjust. Right? I'll wait for the prices to come down. I'll wait for when I have a little bit more money. I'll wait for just when I hit 30. Right? You keep wasting time. You keep wasting time with these stupid excuses. You're not going to get things done. Right? Because there's no perfect time. Right? The world is not perfect, and you will never find the perfect time to do anything. That's just speaking facts. There's always going to be something that's going to be in your way, that's going to make it slightly inconvenient or vastly inconvenient. Your job as a human being is to adjust to those inconveniences. That's what makes you stand out from other people. That's what makes you outstanding. That's what makes you perform. That's what makes you at the top. That's the difference between this guy and this guy. That's the difference between the money makers, the big move makers. They adjust. They adjust when they find things that are hurdles that are in their way. Okay? So there's no perfect time. Perfect conditions are a fantasy, right? This is something you find in movies, right? I was walking down the street and then she came at the same time and we both tripped at the same time and we started looking at each other in the eyes. Oh my God, it was so perfect. It was so beautiful. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. When do you think that's ever gonna happen? When do you think something's gonna happen? If you want to find you a girl, okay, you want to get married, whatever it is, you need to go hunt. You need to go hunting. Okay? Go hunting in your best attire. Your best attire. Right? Don't wait for the perfect your perfect soulmate to come and to kind of fall in your lap. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All right? So adjust. This is something that's very important to keep in mind on a very serious note, because a lot of people don't end up acting because they've created this perfect circumstance that needs to exist before they act. Right? And this is just calculated, if you will, calculated procrastination. Right? Calculated procrastination. Right? If 1, 2, and 3 exist, then I'm ready to move. Otherwise, I'm not ready to move. Right? Just like the other day, we were talking to a buyer, right? Okay, so I'm waiting for, I need the price to adjust to so and so. It should be a 40% distress deal, and it should be this and be that. 40% distress deal. Are you kidding me? 40% distress deal? Yeah, you can wait till Yom Kippur for that. You can wait till Jesus comes back for that if you want that. Peace be upon him. All right, but forget about it. All right, be realistic. Be realistic. Right, you're not going to find the perfect price if you're going to buy real estate, for example. You're not going to find the perfect price because you always want to pay the least amount of money to get things done. Right, we're always naturally we want to keep as much of our money, right, and at the same time get something good. Right, so we want to have our cookie and eat it at the same time. You can't do that. It's either you have it or you don't have it, or you have half of it and you leave half of it and you eat half of it. But you can't have both. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So if you wanna get perfect real estate, for example, then you need to chunk out perfect money. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to find a deal that is less than the market price, then you jump on it because other people are looking to jump on it as well. But don't wait for the perfect, it needs to be exactly 25% below asking price and blah, 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 blah. You're wasting time. You're wasting time. And I hate time wasters. I've seen a lot of that the last 2 weeks. Time wasters, I hate them. Hate them. Hate them with a passion. Asking questions. We're looking for the perfect this and perfect that. And it needs to be this and it needs to be that. And then wasting my time asking questions, doing this and doing that. If you're not interested in buying, if you're broke, just say so. If you're broke, just say so. If you can't afford it, just say so. It's okay. Not everybody can afford a 1 bedroom on the Palm. It's okay. Right? But don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. If you're brokey, say you're brokey and keep it moving. If you got the money and it's a nice property, pick it up. Stop wasting time. Okay? Otherwise, keep it moving. Keep it moving and go waste somebody else's time. Okay? Don't waste your time. Right? Even if you don't care about me, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time looking for perfect circumstances. Don't waste your time looking for perfect circumstances. Say that 3 times fast. All right? Right? Imagine now, if you're like a first timer for anything, now it's understandable that you might feel a little nervous. Again, it's procrastination. It's not the situation itself. All right? First time you're buying property. So you want to find the perfect circumstance to make you feel like when you're doing it, you're not taking any losses. You're picking the right property in the right place at the right price, at the right this and the right that. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're going in perfect. But again, right? Again, this is just procrastination. It's procrastination. You find the right thing and you've done your calculations. You know you can make the payment plan or you can afford to shell out this amount of money from your savings or whatever it may be, right? And this location makes sense because your kids are going to go to school here and we're going to, my work is here and it only takes me 15-minute travel time and I've actually done the travel time here doing peak hours. You've done all you can. Now you need to just jump in, right? اعقلها وتوكل, right? It was what you hear an Arab say, right? اعقلها, right? Tie your camel, right? Take the means. Now that you're taking the means, tawakkal. Now just pray for the best, okay? Pray for the best. Rely on God to take care of the rest for you because you've done what you can, right? But don't be like, I don't know. You're dancing back and forth. You don't know if you should tie your camel or you should just hold on to it because somebody could steal it. I don't know. I'm just going to hold on to it. Then what are you going to do? You're going to hold on to your money and never spend it. Then how in the world do you expect to get a property? How in the world do you expect to get married? If you don't want to shell out some of your money, because getting married is not a cheap venture. I've been married 11 years. I know. Actually, no. Is it 11? No. Married how many years now? Almost 14 years now. It's not a cheap venture. It's not a cheap endeavor. Okay. So if you want to do it, you got to spend some money. All right. So it's one or the other. You can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it, like we said. Okay. So you got to if you're nervous, understandable. But then to get over your nervousness, you got to prep your work, and then take the leap of faith. Okay, but don't expect it to be perfect and everything, the stars to align, and all this kind of stuff scenario that you put in your head. Right? Otherwise, you're wasting your time. And the time you wasted, somebody else has already bought something else, or might buy the thing that you're looking at. Right? The time you're wasting to look for the perfect moment or whatever, that girl is gone. Right? Oleg has taken her. Okay, Abdullah's taking her. Okay, Michael is taking her. All right, then she's not gonna wait for you for your perfect circumstance. All right, if she likes what she likes, she's gonna go for it. She's not waiting for you. The girl is not waiting for you. Right, just like that house is not gonna wait for you. That 1 bedroom on the Palm with the sea view and the beach access is not gonna wait for you. It's not gonna wait for you. All right, to do all your deliberations and then to stutter and you 2-step and go back and forth, and no, it's not gonna wait for you. It's not gonna wait for you. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your effort, because now you're doing all that calculation, all that back and forth, all of that, and then by the time you're ready to put the money down, it's gone. Now it's gone. Just like that 3-bedroom in Adishiba Gardens is gone. Right? You wanted that corner unit. You wanted it for $6.5 million. You found it for $6.5 million, but you're like, you know what? Maybe I can get it for less. Let me shop around a little bit more. Right? Is it really worth $6.5 million? Can I? Maybe not a corner unit. Maybe I can get a semi-detached now. Right? If I can easily find it for 6.5, maybe I can get a semi-detached. Right? And now you wasted another week. By the time you come back, that 6.5 is gone. Now you're stuck with $7 million. Now you not only wasted your time, now you're going to have to shell out another $500,000 in order to pick up the property. Whose fault is that? That's your fault. That's your fault. So just get on it. Get on it. It's just a myth. It's something that the devil puts in your mind, right? And you being who you are, you wanna have your cake and eat it. You wanna be in, you wanna make sure that you're fully justified. You wanna whatever it is, right? It's an artificial scenario that you create in your mind. Example of these, right? What's it? Right? You have people that start up companies, right? Think about like Steve Jobs, for example, right? You think he waited for the perfect scenario for him to start up the business? You think Mark Zuckerberg waited for the perfect scenario, him and his buddies, to start up Facebook? Yeah, I know him and them, they got beef now. But anyway, right? You think they waited for the perfect circumstance? Oh, we need to finish school first. We need to finish school, and then we need to have disposable income and this and that. No, they jumped on it because they saw an opportunity, right? And then fix the problems as they go along. They jumped on it when they saw an opportunity and fix the problems as they go along. And that's the same thing you got to do. You want to get something done, start. Usually that's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is just to get started. Once you get started, then you can fix things. You find that, oh, wait, all the scenarios I put in my mind they're not real, or there are issues, but it's not the same type of issues that I thought would be there. Because you weren't really walking in the actual path. You were just dreaming up what could happen, right? But now you're in the alternate universe where you actually took the path, and now you're seeing, okay, well, wait. Okay, so I don't have to do this, but I really need to do this. How can I fix this? How can I get this done? Now you got to be creative, right? Oh, okay. So I got to do this. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, this worked. This failed. Oh no, let's try something else. Okay, this worked. Okay, let's keep moving. Oh, there's another. If you want to go on a road trip, you plan the road trip and then you get on. You don't wait for the perfect weather. Yeah, you see that. Okay, the sun is shining. Okay, and there's a road. There's no traffic. Okay, let's get on it. Right. But if I'm gonna go on this road trip, there's likely gonna be things I can't predict. Right, but we're gonna deal with it on the way. Right, we're equipped. We got money, we got phone, right, and we got gas in the car, or fuel, petrol if you're British. Right, a gasoline is not gas, right? Because gas is not a liquid, right? The liquid is gasoline, and gas is short for that. For those Brits that like to get on our case for gasoline. Anyway, put gas in the car. You got money. You got fuel, got gas in the car, you got money, and you got a phone. All right? Now you're equipped to deal with a problem. Any problem that comes along the way, right? Maybe some money can buy you food, right? Maybe you have some food in the car as well, some food to drink or whatever. Now you deal with the problems that come in the way. If the car breaks down, you got a phone to call. You got money to pay for repairs, right? Or to tow or whatever it may be. Right? Flag somebody down to help you out. Maybe you need to give them some kind of incentive, whatever it may be. But you have some, so you get on the road. You don't say, "Oh, but my car could break down. My tire could go flat. Oh, my this could explode. Oh, my this." You're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna get anything done. You're not gonna go on that road trip. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You're gonna spend a whole weekend thinking about it, and it's not gonna happen. Right? So you just got to do it, right? Just do it, right? Nike said it, right? Nike said it. Just do it. Just do it, right? Worst that can happen is you can find some problems along the way. But if you're willing to take the steps to reach your goal, you're very likely to try to figure out some way to do it, right? Whether you're going to consult somebody or you're just going to consult yourself. Sit back and think and try to figure out what the issue is. Right, but since you want to make it, you're going to find a way, right? Where there's will, there's a way, right? If you have the will to get it done, you find a way to get it done, right? But you're not going to sit back and say, okay, well, I spent all this effort walking these 10 meters or whatever. Now I got to go back because there's a broken tile on the floor. Right? Jump over the tile, walk around the tile, right? right? You figure those things out along the way, all right? Simple example, but I mean, it's something that We need to keep in mind when we're dealing with things, right? Right, and problems happen on different scales, but you know, if you don't ever actually face them, the real thing, you never know if you can actually deal with them, right? You never know. The actual solution might be right in front of you, right? So you never thought of this problem, but the solution is right in front of you. You never thought that could happen either, right? So get to it. One guy was like, "Look, man, yeah, I want to start this. I want to start this business, but man, um, I got a wife and I got a kid, and I do my 9 to 5, and man, it's just I just wait. Let me just wait till I get this right amount of money, and then I can really lock in and really yeah right yeah right yeah right. If you want to actually make it through this business, then you get up early, right? Get up early and work on it, right? Or stay up late and work on it, right? Save the money that you'll be using to go out with your friends on the weekend, spending it on stupid things, restaurants or whatever. You save half of that, or you save all of it, right? You need to have some fun. Right? You save 80% of it and put it towards that adventure. Now that you're constrained, now you're going to be thinking of how can I maximize the value of this money, the impact of this money, because I don't have all the funds in the world to get this adventure done. Now you got to be creative. Now you're going to be more prudent, right? More diligent about how you do things, right? And that might be the reason why you succeed because you're constrained, right? When the world is opened up for you, you can do all kinds of stupid things and not think because hey, I have nothing to lose, right? But when you have something to lose, now you gotta make sure that every move you make has an impact. Because I only have 3 hours a day, and that's from 4 to 8. 4 to 7, not 40, 4 to 7 in the morning while my kids and wife are asleep. So let me try to make the most of this time and try to make a business out of my idea, right? 3 hours, start building my website, start thinking of a company name, a logo, designs, this, that. I only have 3 hours, 5 days a week. This is all I got. Let's try to make the most out of this time. If you had all the time in the world, it's very likely that you just waste it because you're not constrained. Hey, I got time. I can wait. Wait for the perfect moment, right? Wait for the perfect moment, right? Then you'll be waiting for the perfect moment, right? I got time. I can wait. Yeah, maybe the design is not perfect. Okay, I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll work on it the day after. Now you're waiting. Now you're wasting time because you think you got all the time in the world. Now you're wasting time trying to make the perfect design, trying to make the perfect logo, trying to make the perfect website, trying to make the perfect this and that, right? So either way, it can go either way. It's just now it's got to be a mentality. It's got to be a mentality that I have to work within constraints. If I got some, if I don't have some, I got to work with a constraint of time because my life is not forever, right? You only live once, right? You're only gonna have so many years or so many months or whatever to live, right? So I got to make maximum impact, right? So even if you have all the money in the world and all the resources in the world, you don't have all the time in the world. You never will. None of us do, right? None of us do. So you have to make the most of the time, at least the most of your time, right? And wasting time is a very big issue. Wasting time is a very big issue, right? So you just modify your method. Modify your method. I don't have time, so I'm gonna fix an hour here, an hour there, right? Start it as a side project, right? I don't have 100K to invest in this company. Start with a 1K. Start with 10K. Start with 500, right? Step by step, okay? I want to start investing in Dubai. I want to start investing in property. Start with the small steps. Start with a studio. Start with an off-plan studio, right? I can get you one for 480 right now. Right? I was just sending out to other people the other day. I can get you a studio right now, furnished, 480, off-plan. You don't even need the 480 right now, 20% down, all right? So you don't need the 480, 20% of that, all right? And then you can pay monthly payments, all right, for the next 3 years. What are you waiting for? If you got the money like that, then go buy something else that's ready. Buy something that's ready. Start renting it out. Short Airbnb, whatever it may be. Airbnb, whatever it may be, right? Right? But you got to start somewhere. if you want to start, right? And if you don't even have 20% of 480, that's 20% of 480, what, 960? 9,600, no, 96,000. You own 96,000 dirhams. 96,000 dirhams divided by 3.67, you get the dollar amount. Whatever, right? If you don't have that saved up, then you start saving up. Okay, so every week I'm going to save up $100, right? Every week I'm going to save up 150. Every month I'm going to save up 400, 450, 500, whatever it is, until I can get to that point. All right, or maybe I'm gonna invest in my buddy. Okay, my best buddy. I've known him for the last 30 years. Okay, let's put in a pot. You put in 500, I put in 500 every month, and we're gonna build. We're gonna buy the studio. When we buy the studio, we're gonna start sharing the profit. Start sharing the profit. We're gonna split the money that we make, and we're gonna use it to buy another thing. Or maybe we're gonna buy it off plan, and then when it's close to handover, if the value is appreciated enough, maybe we just split it. When we just sell it and split the funds and then move on to the next one, right? I know a guy that did that with his brother, right? On a bigger scale, but yeah, they bought a villa, 2 point something, right? Brothers, why not? And then they appreciate the property appreciated almost by almost 100%. So now when they split the profit, now you have 2.3. Now you have 2.3. Before, you only had 1.2 or 1 point whatever, right? 1.15 or whatever. Now you got 2. Now you can buy your own. Now you can build upon that, right? But you got to start somewhere. Okay? So think small. Think small if you got small resources, right? Right? And you need to just get over yourself and think, it's gonna look bad, It's just like, people think, why you're scraping for funds to get things done. You're just an amateur. You're not at the high level yet. You're not like one of these big investors, right? People are investing 2 million, 3 million, and I'm gonna throw in pennies to try to. What I got is like pennies compared to them. Okay, well. Either you go in there with your pennies and then hopefully build to dollars and then hopefully build to centuries, $100, $200, etc. Or you just keep whining about how pitiful you are with a couple of pennies. Right? Just like some people, that think that they deserve a job. I mentioned this before. I keep mentioning it again. You think you deserve a job because somebody else is... Because for some reason you learned that everybody should go to school when they get a degree, be able to find a job. Who creates a job? Who creates a job? The person that took the risk to build a business that requires a job to be done. Right? Him taking the risk was not because of you. And he's not obliged to do that. So he's not obliged to employ you. So you're not in a position of demanding anything. It's not your right. It's not your right to be employed in somebody's business. That's a privilege. That's a privilege you can earn, but that's not a right. You have a right to opportunity to do something. Right? Opportunity to do something. Education is free, at least to high school, right? Now you have the opportunity to now take your knowledge and go do something with that, right? You have that right. Now there are privileges that can come if you take the right steps. Just like the entrepreneur that started a business that's employing 10, 20, 50, 100 people, right? Those 100 people are privileged to be employees, those are not their rights. It's not their right to be employed there. So get out of your comfort zone and stop complaining like a little girl and get something done. If you want something done, you got to do something. If you want to make money, you got to get out. You got to get out and go do something. And stop complaining about how you look or how you feel or somebody give you an opportunity or something. Get out of here. You're not a schoolgirl. Schoolgirl can complain about that, right? And her opportunity is that. Her right is that to go to school, like a schoolgirl. Go to school so you can learn the skills that allow you to then do something. Right? That's your opportunity. That's your right. Right? And just about everywhere in the world you go, school is free. Right? School is free up to at least to end of high school. Right? So go do something. Right? Stop complaining about that. Stop complaining about all these things. Right? Right? You see all these people that got Ferraris or they got Lamborghinis, and some of them are renting it. Let's be frank. Some of them are renting it just to show off, right? Right? But the people that actually got it, the one that's got the Urus, the ones that's actually got the Murcielago or whatever it may be, right? The one that's actually bought it is its own, right? He's got the car note, right? Those guys, you think they just started, overnight. It was just kind of overnight. It was in his dad's house, straight into a Lamborghini. Yeah, okay. There are some people that are like that. Okay, right? That's not most of the world. Okay, they had to hustle. They had to do stuff. They had to take steps. All right, and that's usually the difference between people that are successful and people that are a failure. They didn't even take the first step. The people that are failure, they didn't take the first step because they're too scared of failure. They're too scared of they want the cake and they want to eat it as well. They want to have the money. They want to have the what they call the property as well. You have to give up money to get property. You have to give up time to be able to rent out a property and make some money, right? Something's got to go for something else, right? We give something to get something, right? Nothing comes without a price, right? So those guys that are successful that you want to be like, because you be like, I want to be successful. You're sitting down, man. When am I going to get rich? When am I going to do this? When am I going to be like? When am I going to be like that guy, man? He's got the Richard Mill. He's got the this and that. Why me? Why me, Lord? Why me? Why me? What did you do? What have you done? What are you doing? Right? Or are you sitting down making excuses, talking about I don't have opportunity? What have you done? What are you doing? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Don't look at what other people's got. Look at what you got. And what have you done with what you have? Time, first of all. The most precious of all things you got is time. If you're sitting there listening to this now, you got time. You got time. Few days, few months, few weeks, few years, whatever. You got some time. You got time. Are you sitting down scrolling on the net? Wasting it on TikTok? Doing the stupid dances and all these things, all these trends? Or are you using it to learn a skill so you can better yourself? Learn how to invest your money, how to put it in the right place. Where is the right place? When is the right time? How do you calculate the right time? Right? How do you read the graphs of the real estate values, for example? Right? Are you using your time to do that, or are you using your time to fool around and then complaining that you've not made it yet? Right? A lot of my students, I've told them, right, when they graduated high school, I said, look, you're young. Get to grinding. Get to grinding now. The worst thing that can happen is you end up still living in your pop's house. Get to grinding now. Get to grinding now. You make money. One of my students, I just saw him the other day. He was like, teacher, man, we're about to graduate from the academy, the flight academy, and we're going to start working in like 6 months or something. We're going to be getting 50 grand a month. Wonderful. Beautiful. Fantastic. Now, what are you going to do with 50 grand? Right? What are you going to do with 50 grand? Are you going to sit down and be comfortable and be like, I got 50 grand, right? And for somebody that's 21, 22, I'm sure that is a lot of money. It's like the world just opened up for him, all right? Inshallah, he makes it there, right? It's like the world just opens up for you. I know the feeling, right? But that doesn't mean you should get comfortable, right? Be like my other guy, the other guy I've spoken to, right? The boy Ibrahim. And he was like, look, when I was young, when I had a little bit of money, I was buying land. I was buying land. Land out here, nobody was buying land. It was still foreign to people, et cetera, et cetera. I was buying land. My friends were driving the Range Rover. They were driving the Mercedes. They were looking good. I was driving Toyota. But I was buying land. Fast forward 15 years later, I'm worth $150 million. My friends, they're still driving the Mercedes or what have you, but they're not like me. They are not like me. My passport is special. My passport is different. I got a diplomatic passport because I'm making certain amount of money. Right? I'm different. We're on a different level because I was patient when I was young. So I was telling that's the same thing you got to do. You got time, put us towards the right thing. Right? We're all in privileged positions. We just got to figure out what is my privilege right now. What are the advantages of what I have? What are the advantages of what I have that I can use to make something out of myself? Okay? It doesn't matter where you are. You have some advantages. Yes, some people have more than others. Okay, understood. Right? But it doesn't stop you. Doesn't stop you. Right? If you're in a country that is run down, there's a lack of things that exist in the society. Procure them. Procure them. Right? Get them. Supply them. Right? People don't have basic, nice clothing to wear. Supply them. Work with your contacts, people that are outside, right? Or call suppliers and see how you can work out a deal. Maybe they have a supply chain in the country, right? To figure out you can buy you can buy in dozens initially and then start buying in huge bulk amounts, right? But you start something, right? If you're in a country that is already developed and what have you, look for something else. Right? It's developed, but does it have the soul? Maybe you need something in that country that is gonna make people feel like you're living an authentic experience. All right? So maybe I'm gonna open up a restaurant or a center, cultural center, or whatever it may be, where we preserve the culture, we preserve the foods, the heritage, or whatever. Right? But there's always opportunity. There's always opportunity wherever you are. You just have to look for them. Right? If you look for good, you find good. If you look for bad and you look for all the reasons to complain, you're going to find all the reasons to complain. And all that complaint is going to do is going to waste your time and you're not going to do anything with yourself. You're going to still be in the same place that you were. Maybe even be in the worst place because now you're really down. Now you really motivated yourself to not do anything. Right? So there's always something to do. There's always something to do. You just have to be disciplined. Be disciplined. Again, discipline. I told you before. If you look like you're first trimester as a man, you don't look disciplined. You don't look disciplined. But we can give you an excuse. Okay, it snuck up on me. Okay. Right? But if you look like you're about to deliver, you don't have no excuse. Get disciplined. Get disciplined. Do something. Right? If you can control your eating, control yourself, right? Now you can do a whole lot of things. Because you're eating, your food is actually your primary necessity in life. Water and drink. Everything else is secondary. Water and drink. And if you can control that, you can control just about anything. Water and drink. Essential. If you can control the essential things in your life, you can control just about anything else. You can be disciplined when it comes to anything else. What is your time that you need to use to be able to plan a project, to be able to execute something, to do the research, whatever it may be. Right? So discipline, very important. Very important. Very important. Don't be disillusioned by all these people that seem like they just made everything happen overnight, right? Oh no, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and all of a sudden, I just made it overnight. Now I'm driving a Lamborghini Mercy, right? Right? Don't be looking at that. Nobody posts their trials and tribulations. Right? Because when you have trials and tribulations, you don't have a camera, right? You're dealing with those trials and tribulations, right? Right? All right. So you don't have a camera. You have a camera when things are going nice, when things are smooth, right? So understandably so. So don't look at that, right? Live in the reality of this world, right? The world is always going to have problems. Right? One guy we were talking to, my friend was talking about, Iran and the U.S. and we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, Iran and the U.S. have been going at it for many years, right? Since they kicked out the Shah, they've been going at it. Since the '70s, they've been going at it. Sanctions and this and that, and then you're going to wait. You're going to wait for when everybody's singing kumbaya and holding hands and drinking hot cocoa by the fire, or you're gonna get something done. Yes, make your risk calculated, right? We're not saying don't calculate your risks, but don't look for perfect war conditions. There's always a war somewhere, right? This is just one of the part of the nature of a human being. There are always people disagreeing, and that disagreement a lot of time leads to war. Does that mean we shouldn't live? Does that mean we shouldn't do stuff? Right? We gotta be brutally honest to ourselves, right? All right. So be brutally honest to yourself. Are you busy, or are you just distracted? Yeah, I'm asking you. Are you busy, or are you really actually distracted? Right? You don't have time. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. Are you really busy, or are you distracted? Right? Right? You don't have the money. Are you a big spender, wasting money on new shoes every month? Always got to buy the latest Jordans and this and that, or you actually broke. Which one is it? Right? Oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. Well, why do I see you with new Jordans every month? Do you need new Jordans every month? Do you need 20 different suits? Because I don't think you do. Right? Again, be brutally honest to yourself. Why can't I say that word? Right? Ask yourself the hard questions. Right? And stop fooling around. Right? Right? If you don't do something today, where are you going to be at in the next 3 years? Let's say, forget it, 3 years. In next year, you're 40 today, 41. Where are you going to be at? Still complaining while living in your mama's house? Right? Flip it the other way. If you actually did something now, where will you be in a year? Where will you be in a year? What could you be in a year? Focus on that. Focus on that, on the positive. What I could possibly do in a year, where I could be, what kind of position I'll be in to help myself, help my family, help the ones I love, help the society. Right? Be able to endeavor and to be able to taste things I've never tasted before. Be able to see things I've never seen before. Right? Focus on that. Focus on the positive, what I can do with myself, and make that change. Start getting to work. Get your dream defined. Right? What are my limitations? How can I possibly deal with those limitations? Financial, time, resources, whatever it may be, right? Then commit to it and get to work. Get to work, right? Don't waste time. Don't waste time. You're always going to be uncomfortable. Always going to be uncomfortable. Don't waste time. Just get to it. Even the people that have businesses that are running, right? Again, we'll go back to Facebook. You think they don't have issues? They don't have problems that they keep dealing with, right? They still got problems, right? Whether it's SEC is calling them to a court hearing, or whether it's somebody that is whistleblowing, whether it's this or that, right? And I'm not saying Facebook is a saint, is an organization that's run by saints or whatever, right? But just as an organization, it's gonna have trouble, right? But then they're gonna look for how can we deal with these issues, right? As opposed to, let's not start this organization because we don't want to deal with any issues, or we don't know how we're going to deal with issues that might come up, right? I'm sure he never ever dreamt that he was being SEC is going to be called to court to testify. I'm sure he never dreamt of that when he was in Harvard building Facebook. I'm sure he never thought about that, and I'm sure he never thought about the billions that he would have right now. Choice is yours. Billions and some problems, or dreams and no problems while you're broke.